youtube.com/MugenLord. Subscribe to the channel for gaming news, updates, discussion, and live streams. Signing off.
Hey guys, it's MugenLord here, and I'm back again with another video. And today I want to talk about the PlayStation 5 and give you my overall impressions and what I think about the console so far. Now that it's been out for quite some time, I have bought the console around. Well, I actually reserved the console, and I'll get into that in a few minutes. But I had it since launch. I haven't opened it until Christmas Day because I was getting my room remodeled over here. Once I got my room remodeled, I was able to go set it up and spend some time with it. So I figured that, hey, why not just give you a quick impressions video what I think about the console. So I know a lot of you are wondering, especially if you're new to the channel, how did I get my hand on the PlayStation 5? I mean, everybody knows that the PS5 and the Xbox Series X are two consoles, next generation consoles, that everyone was trying to get their hands on. And because of this pandemic, a lot of people weren't able to get their hands on it, and so you pretty much have to reserve it online or try to get lucky and see if you can run across a spot in the store to be able to get your hands on the PS5. And because of the scalpers as well, it's just been chaos. It's been a whole complete nightmare of getting the console. So unfortunately, a lot of people weren't able to get their hands on it, but luckily me, I was able to. I got it pretty much I got it the next day. I believe it's the next day. I didn't get it the day of, because if you check out the video where I talked about the PS5 disaster of me trying to get the console, you'll understand my frustrations. But I've pretty much gotten lucky because Walmart has just sneakily posted more pre-orders for the PS5, and no one knew about it. And my friend Nathaniel, he hit me up and said, yo, Walmart. And I checked Walmart. I didn't even ask what he meant by that. I just went to Walmart, and I was able to snag a pre-order for it, and that's how I was able to get the PS5. So let's get right into the impression. First off, this baby right here, woo, this thing is a beast as far as the size of this thing. This thing is pretty heavy. I think this is about 9-10 pounds, I believe. Yeah, the PS5 is just, this thing is just huge, man. This thing is huge. So I knew when I was pretty much going to, when I was get my room remodeled, I had to figure out how I'm going to have this set up, because this console is really huge. So I couldn't fit it on my gaming desk with my PC or anything like that, because that would have covered my TV and everything of that sort as well. So it's pretty huge. And of course we have the dual sense controller right here. Dual sense. I gotta admit, the DualSense controller is actually pretty neat, pretty cool. I do like the shape of the controller. The only thing that I don't like too much about it is the white color. I mean, the white color is pretty neat, but the only problem with white, it gets extremely dirty really fast. So you have to constantly keep dusting off, and the dust, you know, you can actually see the dust. And then, especially if your hands are sweaty and everything like that, you're able to see the effects of it and stuff. So I have to constantly keep wiping it off, which I got to do once again. But as far as how the controller feels, this controller, it fits well. I got big hands, so the controller fits really well in my hands and everything, compared to the PS4 controller, which I like the PS4 controller too. PS4 DualShock, and then the DualSense and everything. The big difference is the part where the grips, where you hold on to the controller. That's the only difference. It's much bigger and everything. But the analog sticks feels pretty good. Can't complain about that. The touchpad feels no different to me, in my opinion, from the PS4. But you have to, for some people who are used to the PS4 or the previous DualShock controllers with the trigger buttons, you have to get used to it because of how much thicker, how much bigger it is. So you may have to get used to that. But other than that, this is a really good controller. Now I thought when companies pretty much talk about their new features with their controllers, like how the Nintendo Switch with their Switch remotes and everything, about the HD sensors and stuff on it, which is pretty cool. But when Sony talked about and showed the demonstration of how the haptic feedback that these triggers have, and when it comes to performing certain tasks in whatever games that utilize the DualSense feature, I thought, okay, I mean, some companies over exaggerate the feelings of these features and stuff, but I got a chance to try the Playroom, which is the package demo that comes with the PS5. You just turn it on and just access the Playroom. And for the first time, I played the Playroom today for the first time. I had the console since launched and opened it on Christmas, and I'm just now trying the Playroom, and I got a chance to try the DualSense controller features. And I'm not gonna lie, they've done a good job with the feedback when it comes to pulling the trigger, and the actual thumbsticks, the actual triggers itself actually has like force to it. Like, it actually gets stiff and you have to put pressure on it and everything. And I said, wow, this is really, really legit. So the only thing is, will developers take advantage of this technology? Because that's what ends up happening when they show off these features for these type of controllers, like Nintendo. Well, Nintendo always try to utilize their tech in some way, but when it came to Sony or even Microsoft, or when it comes to their controllers with these features, developers don't really take advantage of it. At the beginning, they use it to show it off, and then after that, as the system's life begins, to progress, and as it gets down to the end of its life, you don't really see much features that utilize it. Actually, it becomes non-existent. You forget the controller has the feature. So hopefully they'll try to utilize it to its full capabilities. But the only concern that I do have with this controller when it comes to the feedback that it has with the DualSense is, now people are having certain issues with it, as far as people actually damaging and like breaking it because of how much pressure they put in on it. So hopefully they figure something out with that. But overall, the DualSense controller is actually a pretty cool controller. Now, as far as how PS4 games actually run on the PS5, I did a few tests on it with a couple of games. I found myself trying Final Fantasy VII Remake on it, which is funny. Is I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Remake most of the time right about now on the PS5. But as far as the load time is concerned, I put a couple of games in, and the load time is really good when it comes to last generation games, the PS4, and they load really fast and everything. So I do notice a difference. The backwards compatibility, I never had any issues with it. The games run really well, the PS4 games on the PS5. Now, as far as PS5 games, the only game that I do have for the PS5 right about now is Demon Souls. And Demon Souls is actually my first Souls game that I'm ever playing. Now, I played Demon Souls on the PS3 once, and that was like the opening sequence, but I never really touched the Souls games. So this time around, I gave Demon Souls a try, and I must say that as far as first party launch games is concerned, Demon Souls look really good on the PS5. They've done a really good job with the lighting, the visuals, and everything that has the different features to where you want to go for, quality, or you go for performance and everything. And I just stick with the default settings. I like 60 frames per second, and despite me not trying to actual 4K and stuff, it's still like a really good game on the PS5. It really does show off what the PS5 is capable as far as the visuals are concerned and everything. It just, we haven't really seen a PS5 game that actually took advantage of everything of the PS5 it has to offer as a console to really demonstrate that, hey, we stepped into next gen when it comes to that. As far as the interface is concerned, the PS5 interface looks clean, it looks slick. And you still see some similarities to the PS4, home menu and everything. So it's really not much of a difference, but I do like some of the things, some of the little slight changes they made to it and everything. And everything loads up pretty fast. Going through my game collection, going through the Sony store, looking at the many different options that they have. Now, I know some of you probably have questions of how transferring data is concerned from your PS4 over to your PS5. Now, I must say that it was easy. It like transferring all my save data and everything was really easy. So since essentially what you do is, the method that I chose was just to upload all my save data to the cloud, and I think I believe you have to be a PS Plus member in order to have that feature to go save everything on the cloud. So I had everything saved to the cloud. And then once I hooked up my PS5, which I think is pretty neat with the PS5 as well. PS5 also has this this announcer, this woman voice, who she pretty much explains a lot of the features of the PS5. She pretty much talks if you enable the feature and everything. But after a while, even though it's pretty cool, after a while you get tired of hearing her voice every 5 minutes, every time you move through and cycle through different menus and stuff like that, because you pretty much get a gist of what to expect, or you pretty much know what features the console have and everything like that, so you kind of get tired of it. But I thought it's pretty neat at the beginning of it, and she explains to you how to transfer your saves and everything. So I chose the cloud, and it's simple. Click of a button. Once you click the feature and your settings, and then it says it's going to take a minute, and you should see the bar move, and everything transfers over. So I have all my save data from my PS4 carried over to the PS5. So I was able to get on Final Fantasy VII Remake and play, my completed file. What I'm doing a second playthrough, so I'm playing over again. But yeah, everything is there, so you're able to continue where you left off with all your save data, so it's not an issue. And then the second method is you can put everything on a thumb drive, all your save data, and then you just put it into your PS5, and you can just do the transfer from over there. So whatever method works for you, whatever method you want to go with when it comes to the PS5, you can most certainly do that. But overall, the console is not bad at all. Now the question is, should you buy one now? That's the big question. Should you buy a PS5 right now? Now the thing is easy for me to give any of you guys the answer, because I have one, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you probably who's watching this right now probably doesn't have one, so you guys want one right away. But my personal opinion, I don't think you really need a PS5 right now. You can continue to play your PlayStation 4, because right now there's really no games, especially launch games, or there's really no games right now that really demonstrates what the PS5 is truly capable of. And all the games that's being released right now that's on the PS5, you can also get on your PS4 or your PS4 Pro. So you're not really missing much. So like I said, perfect example. I'm mostly playing PS4 games on my PS5 right now. So all the games that I'm playing right now, you can still continue to enjoy it on your PS4. There's really nothing out there. Yes, Demon's Souls is pretty cool. I think it's a gorgeous looking game. It's an addictive game. But it's still not a game that say, hey, I need to grab a PS5 just to play this game. There's still no titles just yet that's worth actually going out, dropping a lot of money out for a PS5. Because all you're going to do is find yourself playing PS4 games on it anyway. Because like I said before, I'm spending most of my time right now playing Final Fantasy VII Remake right now for my second playthrough. And I'm enjoying every last bit of it. But there's really nothing out there right now that screams it. And we just have to wait until, I guess you could say, till the summer or near the end of this year till we actually start seeing some titles that fully take advantage of this next generation technology. We do have Resident Evil 8 coming out in May, so I guess you can look forward to that. But as far as the schedule is concerned for titles that fully takes advantage of it, not really. And as far as Godfall, I knew that game was going to be garbage anyway to begin with. When I first saw the announcement trailer for it, I wasn't too impressed with it. So Godfall ain't something to scream over to grab a PS5 anyway in the first place. So as far as I'm concerned, now there's really no reason to actually go out. I mean, if you're a Sony fanboy, you're going to want to get one anyway. But if you was just, I'm telling you as a consumer, should you drop that much money down for a PS5 right now? No, not at all. There's really nothing out for it right now. You're going to just find yourself playing your PlayStation 4 games anyway. But overall, I like the console. I really do like the console. People said they had issues with it, and I don't want to jinx myself, but so far I haven't had any issues with my PS5 console at all. I've been having a good time with it, and maybe because I don't spend. I'm not like most people where people would spend like 8 to 9 hours on their console, in one setting. Like I have so many hobbies, content creation, and I got the arcade one up over here. I got so many other things that I'm trying to do in one day. I don't have time to actually sit down all day just to play PlayStation 5 or play any consoles all day. So maybe that's why, as far as trying to find any like glitches or errors or system malfunctions, it probably won't I probably won't run into it right away or whatever, if that's the case. It's kind of like how I had with the Xbox 360. A lot of people had the red ring of death, but when it came to me, I didn't get the red ring of death until like 2 years into the console. And that's because I haven't really sat down and fiend for hours with the console for it to get to that point. So, but overall, PS5 is pretty dope. So that pretty much wraps up my impressions of it. I'm going to definitely do a video that specifically talks about the playroom demo that's in the PS5, because oh my god, it's actually pretty good. I'm really enjoying myself with the playroom. I think it's a pretty good way to show off the features that the PS5 have, and it goes through the history of the PlayStation, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm gonna do a whole video talking about that, because there's other things I want to bring up in that video. So stay tuned for that. And also I will be doing the Xbox Series X impressions videos a little bit later, because I haven't really spent much time with the Xbox Series X compared to the PS5, because I know a lot of you guys are more so dying to see what the PS5 is all about. So I figured that, hey, let me spend more time with that before I go over to that. So once I spend more time with the Xbox Series X, I'll definitely be doing a video on that. But that pretty much wraps this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections below. What do you think about my impressions of the PS5? And if you do own a PS5, what do you think of? What is your impressions of the PS5? Do you think this is the console that you've always been waiting for? Do you see potential in this console? And what next generation games are you looking forward to when it comes to the PS5? So that pretty much wraps it up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell to be notified for more content related to the PlayStation 5. This is MugenLord signing off. I'll see you game fiends later. Peace out.